Coming up on 11 Alive News tonight, police look for the man who walked into an Augusta Naval Recruiting office and started shooting. We'll have a report. And it's a war of words between Jim Bakker and Jerry Falwell as new charges emerge in the PTL scandal.
We'll see how Vanna White found her wheel of fortune in our third Georgia success story. Phil Negro goes for his most prized goal. Art will have that story.
And Johnny has a sizzling forecast. These stories and you be the editor, all on 11 Alive News tonight next.
Can you guess what this is?
Blue ravioli.
Close. It's Act Detergent.
Detergent? This?
Yup. And when it comes to cleaning dirty clothes, nothing's easier than Act. Just drop it in the washer.
Ridiculous. How could something that easy clean anything?
As Act dissolves, it releases concentrated cleaning power. Power to get out even tough dirt and stains.
These little things? Impossible.
Act gets clothes clean, but that's what you'd expect from Clorox.
Clorox? This is from Clorox?
That's right, so you know it works like gangbusters.
And it's really that easy?
Just try it. Act, the impossibly powerful, ridiculously easy detergent from Clorox.
It's impossible, but it works.
The cleanser Dave Hood uses to clean his grimy gas station sink is the same one Mary Hill uses to gently clean her fine porcelain wash basin. What cleanser cleans that powerfully without harsh scratching? Soft scrub liquid cleanser, of course.
Okay, check the bushings and the sway bars, too. Is this the alternator you need? One. Great, I'll get you a belt.
Get it repaired right. First time.
Certicare.
Every time.
No problem, sir. We just finished it.
Backed in writing. If you know Amoco, you already know a good mechanic. At Certicare. Certicare at Amoco. Your car knows.
John Pruitt, Chuck Moore, Art Ekman with sports, and Johnny Beckman's weather. This is 11 Alive News tonight.
Good evening. The man who shot up a naval recruiting office in Augusta remains free tonight, and police are mystified by his attack. One of his victims remains in critical condition. The second is in fair condition. JOIE CHEN reports from Augusta, where police are searching for the gunman and his motive.
I'm a sister. I got a brother, and I want to...
Panic and confusion set in quickly at the scene of the attack, a Navy recruiting station in the middle of a crowded shopping mall. No one could explain why the lone gunman walked into the office and began firing a small caliber pistol at the two officers working in their cubicles. Then police say the attacker simply turned and walked away.
They left out the front door and do not know don't have a direction of travel at this time.
Two shots struck 29-year-old Nathaniel Obie in the chest, critically injuring the Augusta man. Another shot hit 24-year-old Mark Watson of Hepzibah in the hip. Both victims were taken for emergency treatment at the local medical college, so the less seriously injured man was later moved to a nearby military hospital. By evening, investigators said that neither man would be able to speak publicly, at least until local police and military authorities had thoroughly questioned them. Investigators have interviewed another officer who witnessed the attack. He described the sniper as a dark-skinned, dark-haired man with a bushy mustache, about 150 pounds and 5'8" to 5'9" inches tall. Police say the suspect may be of foreign extraction, but it's not clear whether he spoke any words during the attack. Officials say they do not suspect a terrorist attack, but do warn that the suspect remains free and has already proven himself dangerous. In Augusta, JOIE CHEN, 11 Alive News tonight.
Atlanta's Hartsfield Airport can now claim two superlatives: busiest airport in the country and worst for flight delays. The FAA's new statistics have Atlanta exceeding Chicago's O'Hare in the number of takeoffs and landings. But the FAA report says Hartsfield is also a major bottleneck in the nation's air traffic system, with nearly 20,000 delays in the first 4 months of this year. A government panel has recommended that the FAA order cuts in the number of flights this summer to reduce the chances of disaster. But the FAA says such a drastic step isn't needed and has rejected that suggestion. There is speculation tonight that Lockheed might be the target of a takeover attempt. Lockheed's stock price has surged in recent days, fueling that speculation. Among those mentioned as being possibly in a position to buy Lockheed, Ford, Chrysler, and General Electric. No comment yet from any of the companies.
Questions tonight surround whether State Senator David Scott was given special treatment after a drug arrest. Ironically, the issue came up as the senator joined Pepsi for a new anti-drug campaign. Police reports from August 1984 show Scott was arrested after police found marijuana in his car. Scott pleaded no contest, and he agreed to complete a drug counseling program. But records show he attended only 3 weeks of a minimum 13-week program. Police sources say Scott's case was handled in Judge Barbara Harris's chamber, but she says she doesn't remember the case and denies holding any cases privately. Senator Scott told Marianne Bergerson he didn't remember the arrest.
All I'm saying is that that was, 4 years ago, and I don't recall ever having been arrested on that. I do know that the officers had seen the car. They've never seen me use any drugs. I've never had any drugs on me.
Go ahead and take that pretrial.
Later on our 6 o'clock news, Scott explained he had loaned his car to a relative, and that was how the marijuana got inside. Scott said he has never used the drug himself. Pepsi's spokesman, Roger Miller, said he was not aware of Scott's past arrest. Miller said he was not surprised, only disappointed.
A new round of attacks in the PTL scandal last night. Ousted Pastor Jim Bakker charged Jerry Falwell plotted to steal his ministry. And today, Falwell fired back. Ken McLeod has the story.
Jim Bakker had little to say as he left his Palm Springs home today, but he had plenty to say on TV last night, accusing Jerry Falwell and others of stealing his PTL ministry.
I did not choose Jerry Falwell to take my ministry. He said he would be a caretaker and would never even be on the air, never have anything to do except to be a part of holding it, to keep it from a hostile takeover.
Falwell responded angrily to that charge, claiming it would be like taking over the sinking Titanic, and saying Bakker either was terribly forgetful, dishonest, or emotionally ill.
He needs to come clean about Jessica Hahn and repent. That little girl, 19, 20 years of age, in my opinion, was injured for life. And he needs to return the millions of dollars that have been taken from the coffers of this ministry at the cost of widows and supporters and people who have sacrificially built this Christian ministry.
Falwell says he originally thought Bakker might be able to return to PTL after a year or two, but that was before accusations about Bakker's extravagant lifestyle, diversion of funds, and homosexual acts dating back to 1956. Falwell then read a handwritten note he received from the